Because, I mean, I'm a black girl. I am exhausted, but I don't want to die that way. Hey boo! Welcome to my channel. She read that. Back in 2020, when the world appeared to be burning up all around us, I decided to attempt to distract myself and start reading more. Yeah. Normally, you can catch me. I love magazines. My favorite magazine is Food Network magazine. But I graduated, y'all. Now I am reading books. I have a bookcase. I read books. So last year, I wanted to read 24 books. I met that goal by the skin of my teeth. I did meet that goal. And this year, I challenged myself to read 30 books. And I want to take you guys along on the journey. And there was born She Read That YouTube video. Welcome to my channel. Today, as the title says, I'll be talking about the books that I read last month, September. And also I'll discuss books that I am planning to read this month, October, my TBRs. First book, Family of Liars by Lockhart. Lockhart. Yes. So, the family Sinclair. Wait a minute. Not the family Sinclair. Do y'all watch 90 Day Fiance? Because if you do, then I know you watch the family Chantel. But maybe that's for a different day, right? No, the Sinclair family. That's who's in this book. So they are something else. Someone recommended this book to me because I read the first book, which was called They Were Liars. They Were Liars was the book that I read. And they said, well, you got to read Family of Liars. So Family of Liars is the prequel to They Were Liars. And it's about 4 girls. They have all these secrets and drama all between them. So the book, it takes place on, I have my notes here. The book takes place on a private island. So there you go, okay. Beechwood in Massachusetts. And, there's about some gut-wrenching loss. So loss is involved with the book. I don't want to give it away. I have a hard time not giving out spoilers, but I did enjoy how the author really painted a picture of each character. I love to be able to visualize what characters look like by the end of the book. So the author did a great job with that. And overall, I'll give this book a 4-star rating. So my rating system goes a little something like this. 5 stars if I did not want the book to end. Like, it was great. I'm recommending it to all my friends and family. 4 stars. Okay, it was good. I enjoyed it, but okay, on to the next. 3 stars. All right now, what's happening? 2 stars. And if I give a book a 1 star, I probably didn't finish it, so probably won't be able to review those or talk about those much. Some of the buzzwords around this book, it seems to be they've been liars, okay? In my opinion, I believe that there is one main liar. And if you read this book, I want you to mention it down in the comments if you agree with me that although it's 4 girls, 4 sisters, there's one main liar. Forget that part. Let's move on to the next book. The next book that I read last month is called Black Girls Die Exhausted by Jayne Allen. I gave this book 4.5 stars. It's good. First, the cover caught my attention first, off gate. And then it was about the title. Because, I'm a black girl. I am exhausted. But I don't want to die that. I really thought that this book was going to give me encouragement and, you know, how to persevere and really just make it, right? It did not. But the book was still good in its own way. There was a lot of times when I was reading this book and I just couldn't put it down. I was like, I got to find out what happened next. The things that I really enjoyed was the Black woman experience that it provided. It was from 3 different perspectives. We have Tabitha, who is the main character. Then you have Alexis. And then you have El Aja.
Girl, her name
Laja.
is Laila.
Aja? Okay. Tabitha is the main character, and her grandmother was white. I want to know down in the comments, if you guys read this book, what nationality did you think the grandmother's friend was? Okay? Talk to me down in the comments about that, because I was on the fence. I wasn't really sure about that. So I would love to know what you guys think. I was talking out loud about these characters. That's how engaged I was with the situation. One negative thing, though, I do believe they could have, I can't even say the girl's name, but they could have left Aja's storyline could have been cut short or cut out completely, in my opinion. It wasn't needed, but that's me. This book is for someone who enjoys seeing Black girl magic. And there are some triggers, of course. Some books have triggers. So triggers are if you reading about these certain topics does something to your spirit, that is considered a trigger. So that's how I'll be referring to triggers in my YouTube videos. Triggers for this book include cheating. So if you don't like a cheater, or if it does something to your spirit, you probably don't need to read this book. Police and unarmed Black men. If that's a trigger for you as well, nope, not gonna be for you. Next, the last book that I read last month is called They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. This book was recommended to me by a young person, and she just kept mentioning how, oh, Mr. Nisha, this book made me cry. I was crying. And I'm like, well, when am I going to cry? What's wrong with me? When am I going to cry? Well, I did. It was totally unexpected where it emotionally moved me. I did give this book 4 stars, and it is morbid. I mean, the title, come on now. So if you're not comfortable with those topics, then you probably shouldn't read this book. But after a while, at first I was just like, but after a while, I kind of, because I got more comfortable with it, because you can't have life without death, right? So that's the way I looked at it. I enjoyed this but I enjoyed it. And it was my first LGBTQIA plus read. And the characters, they were believable and they were likable. So that really contributed to the 4 stars that I gave this book. Some of the negative things, there were several spin-off stories. Like throughout the book, you'll hear about these other characters and what they have going on. In the book, there are 2 main characters. But throughout the book, there were some other spin-off type situations, and that really threw me off. It threw me off a little bit. But I do believe that the author is setting up for some spin-off books, which is smart. Gotta be smart. So if that does come true, you heard it here first. The spin-off books for They Both Die at the End. So this book is great for someone who's looking for a book that's light on the LGBTQI theme, so it's not too heavy, you know what I'm saying? If you're looking for some inspiration about living life to the fullest, this book is definitely for you. And some of the triggers, I mean, they die at the end. It's in the title, so technically that's not a spoiler. All right, let's talk about what I'm going to read this month. this month, I'm going to read the highly anticipated 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Taylor Jenkins Reid, baby. I love her. So I did read one of her other books, and it was totally unexpected that I would enjoy that book. You know what it reminded me of? When I was young growing up in Virginia, we used to always watch the stories. Do y'all watch the stories? The Young and the Restless. Those were my stories, okay? I'm 3rd generation Young and the Restless watcher right here. So that's what her first book, well, I don't know if this is her first book, but that's what the book that I read of hers first, Malibu Rising, reminded me of The Young and the Restless, or just soap operas in general. Next, I'm going to read, well, not next, but I'm going to read Wish You Were Here by Jodi Picoult. No, it's not Pikachu. Let me stop. Why I do that? Why am I like this? I'm not going to butcher her name. But it's Wish You Were Here is the title of the book. So I'm excited about that. The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. Want to see what that's about. And it ends with us. Baby, I want all of us to have the year that Colleen Hoover is having this year. That book is everywhere. And I heard, if I'm not mistaken, that it came out in 2014. And here we are. And she blowing up. I love it. So let's see what the hype is about. Let's see what she does. Well, tune in next time to She Read That. But until then, bye.